Thanks, Alex, and good morning, everybody. Are we on? Can you hear the mic? Yep. I guess I've been using ASKBILL now for about 3 or 4 months. So I've just graduated from my L plates to my P plates.
You got to switch it on.
Right, I'll use these.
Right.
Yep.
Good.
So for this morning's presentation, I've just decided to focus on one mob of sheep that we, just as an example of what can be done. The monitored mob was, you can read there for yourself, was basically 600 Border Leicester Merino ewes, which we're trying to get up to a joining weight of 50 kilos on the 1st of April. So they're on a 200 acre paddock and with hardly any feed in it. So it was a bit of a challenge. So just going through some of the options here, the fly management with our crossbred flock, we usually run through the summer with in full wool because we shear towards the end of January. Crutched in August, and because it was dry times, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity for Bill to get us through and see if we can actually get through the summer without having to jet these sheep. There's the fly risk according to Bill, and you can see while we stayed in the green section, I decided I had to watch them. So every week we just went and checked to see that there wasn't any body strike in the flock. And then you can see, how do we point this? You can see just there is where we shore them, and the fly risk became virtually nil. The outcome of that was that Bill got it right. We didn't have to jet any of the sheep. We had our shearing turned up to be 2 weeks earlier than we normally would, which may have helped a bit. And out of the 1,800 that we shore, there was only one that had any body strikes, so I was pretty happy with that. The worm control regime was basically, we start using Barbavax sort of in the late spring. And probably a lot of you wouldn't be aware of what the Barbavax protocol is, but you can see basically you've got to give them 3 shots between 2 and 4 weeks apart, and then you can go on to a 6-weekly program. Bill was telling us that the worm issue wasn't really going to be a problem. I did some monitoring. I do my own egg counts, so whenever I thought it might need it, we went and did some egg counts. Now you can see here that at the end of November, when the next Barbavax was due, we did an egg count and found a massive amount of Nematodoris eggs. And so they're probably, at times, they can be nearly as deadly as Barber's pole. So we gave them a levamisole as we put the sheep over the sheep handler. They got a drench as well as their Barbavax. Then they got their final Barbavax on the 21st of January at shearing. Now there's a little gap there between there and there. We're about a week late getting our Barbavax in, and whether it was that or the fact that we do get some responders with, non-responders with Barbavax, we did a count and there was just a few of them were up around 3,000 eggs. There was no anemia, so it's a funny setup, but sometimes you can get, with Barbavax, you can get really high egg counts, but the sheep are just unbelievably healthy. So I don't think anybody can explain why that would be the case, but it is. Then just the other day, we, because of those counts there, we gave them a pole vault. And basically, once again, Bill got it right. That's what the worm risk, whatever we call it, the scenario that it's pointing out. And so it's looking to me as though that Bill's got that part of it right again. So, as I mentioned before, we're trying to get to 50 kilos, and that was the projection of what our our feed and weight gain would look like. And there's, whoops, you can see there's the target there, and it looked pretty good. But when we weighed these sheep back in, I think it was about the middle of February, it looked pretty much as though we're going to miss the target. Now, I'll try and explain why that should be the case, but I think it's probably got something to do with the fact that I underestimated the amount of feed that they actually had in front of them, or possibly the sheep were hit a bit harder by the heat wave than I thought they were going to be. But anyway, that was the projection. So part of the weight gain options is that you can ask Bill to tell you how much feed you need to add to these sheep to get them to a particular target weight. So look, I modified my target here with this slider to 42 kilos, and then you can hit the button and Bill will calculate how much feed that you need to give them to get to that new target weight. And it's probably not visible there, but it's about 490 grams a day, so it's half a kilo. So the conclusions really are that it managed the parasite issue pretty well, and I think I just need to do a few more masterclasses to work out how to actually drive the part of ASKBILL that's doing the weight calculations and the feed calculations. And for me, this is probably the most important part, because I'd probably be the worst feed budgeter known to mankind and really struggle with it. So I love the aspect that you can calculate whether you need to add any supplementary feed to the program or not. And those are the two issues that I'm sort of dealing with at the moment. But I keep on finding more things in ASKBILL that you can switch on, and so it's very much a learning process for me at the moment, and they keep on enhancing it. And the good thing is I understand that there's a future for Bill after the CRC finishes, and fortunately, I think Lou Hogan's going to be migrating with the program as well, so that it'll gain the support. And I must say that aspect of it is really, really good. I mean, you can make one phone call if you strike a problem with it, and there'll be a coach on the other end of the line to basically take you through whatever you're struggling with. So that's pretty important. I mean, it's easy to use, but the more information you can give it, the better it works, and I'm very happy with it. Continue to use it into the future, and hopefully it'll be a big hand getting through this drought situation. So I think that's it.